Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm Simon and today I am back with I was going to say rough and nasty. That sounds a little bit wrong because I'm hoping it will be delightful, but by that I mean I'm not going to edit this video. A bit of a quickie and a Reading Horizons video, which you'll have seen from the thumbnail, so I'm already over explaining and I wanted this to be shorter. Anyway, if you haven't caught a Reading Horizons video before, because I have done these sporadically on this channel and used to do them quite regularly on the Readers Podcast, which is a podcast I used to co-host. It's where I have a chat about what I have just read, what I'm currently reading, and what I am planning on reading next, probably. And then I ask you all to tell me what your reading horizons are in the comments down below. And it's just a really nice way of catching up on what's going on in everyone's reading world at the moment. And I wanted to do this particularly because I'm aware, with having had a bit of a break from BookTube, and sort of the content that's coming in is a bit sort of what I read a while back, and I thought, yeah, this would just be a nice update on what's going on with me, all of you, about our reading. How lovely. I'm going to get cracking. So the last book that I finished was Toward Eternity by Anton Hur, and as I am filming this, I'm very excited because I'll be off to London at lunchtime to go to host an event, well, Anton's event at Foyles, and I can't wait because I have chatted to Anton on socials where I just think his content is joyous and he brings so much joy to all the platforms. But we've been chatting a while and we've done interviews online but never in real life, so it's just going to be really lovely. And his debut novel is an absolute corker. It's quite something. You may know Anton through his translation because he is like a translator extraordinaire. I think there was a year with the Booker International where there were 2 books he's translated on the long list. I mean, that's incredible. And he's a Booker International judge for the forthcoming year, so we may talk about that a little bit tonight. But anyway, back to his debut, which is a very different read for me. I don't often read sci-fi or speculative fiction, and this is very much, I would say, more on the sci-fi spectrum. It starts in the not too distant future where there seems to have been a cure for cancer, and it went wrong with patient 0 and suddenly patient 1 has literally just disappeared, like gone, and they don't know why, and we follow on from there. And I don't want to say too much more. It's going to be very interesting talking to Anton tonight without spoilers, but the novel takes us on a journey into the future, like by tens, hundreds, thousands of years, and we see this potential future of humanity, and we look at what that means for humanity. We look at the power of language and words. We look at the power of love and the echoes of love. And yeah, I just thought this was incredible, and it's definitely given me the urge to read some more sci-fi, so I'm going to have a chat with Anton about what else he would recommend as well. So yeah, I thought this was, that's what I wanted to say. I thought this was absolutely brilliant. It's a stunning book as well. I mean, get ready for, oh, cover my face so that you can see that. There we go. I've just realised I'm recording this in whatever that thing is where it's a bit blurry in the background, so but anyway, yeah, very, very, very much recommend this. If you haven't got your mitts on it yet, please do. It's something for me that was just really different and brilliant, and yeah, it's got me intrigued to head to some more speculative and sci-fi. So yeah, there we have that. What I'm currently reading is Sam Sax's You're Dead. Now, this book does come with a trigger warning at the front as it deals with suicide. We meet a protagonist who is a queer Jewish man in America, and he is on his way to perform an extreme act of protest that will be his last act. And as we lead up to that point, we hear about his childhood, we hear about his sort of coming of age and coming to terms with his sexuality and being different. And it's a book that has so much in it. It's really vignette-y, but yet every vignette is so condensed with thoughts and questions and sort of moments where you just go, oh my goodness. I think there was a line in here that said, and I can't find it because I've become a bit of a tabber, I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, look what I did to Anton's book. I mean, that is, I'm not normally that way inclined with the old Tabbing, but I have been enjoying it very much recently. But the same with the proof of Sam's book. Oh, there we go. As you can see, I'm literally about halfway through. And there was a line, I think, about how loving books. Oh, here we go. I dive into books where the ordinary is made to seem epic, and that is what this, sorry, this, that's the finished edition, that is what this is. At the same time, it's a very extraordinary and in some ways extreme in emotion and politics with the small and big P book too. But really it looks at the things that happen to us that form our lives, inform us and change us, and how we can feel out of kilter with society and sometimes what that can lead to. And I just think the way this is being dealt with is beautiful. It's incredibly nuanced. I think, you know, Sam is a poet, and I've absolutely loved his poetry, and I say this a lot, but I think sometimes poets, when they write novels, can write some of the most powerful prose going, and that's very much the case. Like, I've had to occasionally just read, like, there might be a page that, I don't know, is just a single paragraph. Let me try and find one now, you know, like that. And I might have read that and then just gone, I just need to sit and let that sort of settle with me and cogitate and think about what's going on. So yeah, this is absolutely incredible and highly, highly, highly recommend it. Like I said, yeah, I've got Tabtastic on that one. I mean, I got super duper Tabtastic. And for those of you who have always wanted to know how I decide what I'm going to ask authors, it's the tabbing in proofs, but also there'll be like short ones where it's like an observation that I'm intrigued about. Sorry, this is not great to watch when it's, there we go. And then there'll be deep ones where they're much bigger themes that I really, really want to get to. So yeah, that was just a little aside there. So yeah, that is what I'm currently reading. And as I said, loving seems the wrong word, but I am, yeah, very much sort of, I don't want to say enjoying either. I'm completely and utterly captivated by it when I pick it up, but I have to put it down every so often to sort of cogitate. Like I said, where's cogitate suddenly come from? Anyway, I have two potential next reads. Not that I'm going to read them at the same time, although I have done a little bit of book sluttish behaviour and not been quite so monogamous, which has been an interesting time. And I blame Nathan of Nathan's Nook completely, as I did a buddy read recently with him, which I'll talk about in my August wrap-up, whilst also reading some other books. That would make sense, wouldn't it? I feel like I've overtaught that now. But there are two options. That's what I wanted to say. There's two options for what my next read could be. And I was going to put a vote out on Instagram or on here, but time is short because I'm going to need to pack one of these in my bag to take to London. Well, a proof edition, not these two final ones. And the first of those is Martyr by Kaveh Akbar. Now, considering how much chat there's been about this book, I don't know very much about it other than pretty much everyone who's read it has said it is their absolute favourite book of, or one of their, that's extreme, but it's been one of their absolute favourite books of the year. And that really, really intrigues me. Now, from some little gist that I've got from it, particularly Lydia's Lost the Plot, whose channel I'll link down below, I think this deals with some very similar themes to, let me get the finished one, this. And so I think maybe that means I should have a break from it, because there is sometimes a, not delight again because of the subject matter, but I think sometimes when you've read a book that's kind of really thought-provoking and is looking at certain themes that you kind of, some that you've read about before and been interested by, and others that like are new to you but you want to kind of think about them more, it can be quite good to go and head to something that's talking along those lines. And I do love it when books chat to each other, chat. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, this has been quite heavy, and maybe I need not something lighter exactly, but like not something on the same emotional spectrum. Although the other book that I picked, I feel like maybe could be not in the same subject matter at all, but could be quite a not philosophical. What do I mean? It's not. I feel like after a book like this, maybe I need something a little bit, sort of, something that I can read that's quick and a cleanser and I don't know. Yeah, at the same time I say that, I'm drawn to this, and I will get around to what the other one is. this, which is Enlightenment by Sarah Perry. Now, I am excited and nervous for this. Sorry, I was thinking about the booker, because how many tangents can he go on in the space of less than 20 seconds? Quite a few, apparently, in his own brain. I haven't even said them. But so one, I'm really excited for this. I'm also a little bit nervous. I absolutely loved The Essex Serpent. It's one of my absolute favourite books of all time. I enjoyed Sarah's debut After Me Comes the Flood. I didn't get on so well with Melmoth. I enjoyed her non-fiction book about Essex girls. This, I think, feels a bit more Essex Serpent-y in the way I've heard descriptions of it, although not, I don't think, a historical novel. I think maybe it flips between different timelines, but I haven't wanted to know too much about it because, having loved The Essex Serpent as much as I did, it's kind of one of those ones where I always say it takes 3 books for an author to become a favourite author of mine, but that book was so amazing, it like propelled Sarah into like my top authors because of it. And yeah, that's some very random thoughts about this. The other element I was going to say is that whilst I'm not reading the Booker Prize longlist this year, I'm not reading it either. So when books that are on it, if I have them, really appeal to me, I'm going to head to them. And this is one such book. So yeah, I'm a bit torn between these two. Interestingly, I've just realised as well, this is, I think, about like space in some ways. And so was this. So like, that's another set of books kind of talking to each other. And I think this might have some queerness in it, and this one certainly did. So yeah, I don't know. And it's quite bizarre because in terms of this book being about protest, I recently read Monique Rofi's Passion Tide, which is a book also about protest and queer. Oh, something's going on. So maybe I need something to really, really shake it up. But we'll see. I'm leaving in an hour or so after filming this. So I'll see. But these are the 2 top picks potentially for me. You'll probably be able to see on Instagram or something, whatever I choose to read. Although I don't say on Instagram what I'm currently reading because someone always tells you that it's shit. And that's the last thing you want to hear when you're excited about a book. So anyway, there we go. That was, as I said, a bit rough and nasty. I swore, for example, filth. But yeah, they're my sort of reading horizons, as it were. Those, I would love to know, those, oh, come on, there we go. I would love to know in the comments down below what your reading horizons are. So what you have just read, what you're currently reading. Are you reading one book? Are you reading more than one book? How delicious and exciting if you are, let me know. And what you think you're probably going to head to next. I do think another book I'm definitely going to be heading to soon is the new Elif Shafak. I have avoided any reviews, mentions of it, everything, but I'm planning a quiet long weekend at home and I want to spend that time with Elif and There Are Rivers in the Sky. So that's one that I'm very much looking forward to. So don't tell me anything about it if you've read it yet, because I'm sure I'll be chatting about that in due course. But do let me know any of your thoughts on Tour de Tente if you've read it, You're Dead if you've read it, and maybe anything but without spoilers on these 2 in the comments down below, because I may well be reading one of these when I see those comments. But yeah, like I said, I would love to know your reading horizons, what you've read, what you're currently reading, and what you're planning on reading next, and why, what your thoughts are on those books. And I will see you in another video. I'm hoping that Sunday I might drop my July reading wrap up. I mean, that would be wild, wouldn't it? Or possibly not. Anyway, lovely chatting to you. Thank you for joining me, and let's keep the conversation going on in the comments down below. If you want more of me in terms of Instagram or my other socials, Patreon, wishlist, all that kind of stuff, that's all down below too. And I will see you in another video, like I said, hopefully on Sunday, with my July wrap up. Yeah, bye.